Here, off the coast of South America, lies a forgotten world. Forged by fire, these isolated islands are a harsh, volcanic realm. Before the dawn fully breaks, the archipelago is already stirring. Shadows stretch across the jagged shoreline in the cool morning air. Life here has adapted to the most extreme conditions imaginable. Deep in the arid coastal scrubland, a giant awakens slowly. The Galápagos giant tortoise carries the history of this land. A slow, deliberate pace conserves precious energy in this environment. Dew clings to the vegetation under the soft, overcast sky. Every movement is a testament to ancient, enduring evolutionary survival. Along the cliffs, seabirds prepare for the day's long hunt. The blue-footed booby shakes off the chill of the night. Their distinctive coloration is a striking contrast against the gray. Below them, the ocean crashes relentlessly against the dark rocks. They watch the churning waves, waiting for the perfect moment. The tide recedes, revealing an intricate network of shallow pools. Marine iguanas begin to gather along the exposed wet rocks. Their dark scales absorb the faint warmth of the morning. A sudden sneeze expels excess ocean salt from their bodies. They share these jagged edges with other resilient coastal dwellers. Galápagos sea lions stretch out on the soft, sandy coves.
Pups navigate the volcanic rubble with surprising morning agility.
The iguanas remain motionless, conserving heat for the ocean dive. Overhead, a Galápagos hawk scans the awakening shoreline for opportunities. Survival here demands constant vigilance, even in the quiet hours. As morning settles, the demand for sustenance begins to peak. The giant tortoises graze methodically on the tough, sparse vegetation. Smaller land iguanas keep their distance in the scattered brush. A Darwin's finch flits nearby, searching for displaced tiny insects. The overcast canopy traps the slowly building humidity and warmth. The boobies take to the air, scanning the dark waters. They dive like arrows, piercing the ocean surface with precision. Each plunge is calculated, striking at unseen schools of fish. A green sea turtle glides peacefully beneath the chaotic surface. The birds emerge quickly, swallowing their catch on the wing.
Flightless cormorants return to the jagged basalt with their catch.
Their wings spread wide, drying in the muted morning breeze.
Young sea lions playfully dart around the returning avian hunters.
The harsh volcanic landscape offers little shelter from the elements. Waves carve relentless paths through the ancient, hollow lava tubes.
Warmed sufficiently, the marine iguanas must finally face the ocean.
They slide off the rocks into the freezing Pacific currents.
Swimming with powerful tail strokes, they seek underwater algae pastures.
A spotted eagle ray passes beneath the grazing reptilian divers. They tear the algae with specialized, incredibly sharp teeth. Inland, the temperature rises despite the persistent overcast sky. Land iguanas seek out the scarce, moisture-rich prickly pear cacti.
A Galápagos mockingbird daringly steals a morsel from the dust.
Giant tortoises continue their march, unaffected by the scurrying reptiles. Every calorie consumed is a vital victory in this ecosystem.
High on the cliffs, the waved albatrosses return from the sea.
Complex courtship dances reaffirm the lifelong bonds between these majestic birds.
On land, their movements are clumsy and deliberate.
But their massive wingspan hints at their true mastery of flight.
They depend heavily on these vital updrafts to launch themselves seaward.
Even at the equator, cold ocean currents sustain unexpected life.
The Galapagos penguin thrives in these nutrient-rich, chilled waters.
Returning from their deep-sea grazing, marine iguanas are dangerously exhausted.
The frigid ocean drains their core temperature to perilous levels.
They must quickly reattach themselves to the rocks and recover.
By midday, the overcast sky acts as a thermal blanket. The black rocks trap the ambient heat perfectly for the reptiles. Heart rates slow drastically as they merge with the stone. The entire coastline enters a period of deep midday stillness. Their unique coloration provides perfect camouflage against the dark volcanic earth.
Inland, the sparse vegetation offers the only retreat from the warmth.
The giant tortoises seek whatever meager shade they can find. A yellow warbler uses the resting giant as a temporary perch. Reptiles must constantly manage their internal temperatures to survive the day. Energy conservation is paramount during the peak of the midday heat. Above, a magnificent frigate bird rides the invisible thermal currents.
These masters of the air scour the island for an easy meal.
While the land dwellers sleep, the aerial predators remain vigilant.
The Galapagos hawk waits patiently, conserving its formidable strength. Even the avian hunters must succumb to the stifling humidity.
In the shallow tide pools, life pauses to escape the warmth.
Lava lizards utilize the microclimates formed by the cooling volcanic rock.
Just beyond the edge, predators silently patrol the deeper channels. Some iguanas remain submerged, lowering their heart rate to practically zero.
The scalloped hammerhead remains a constant, silent threat in the shallows.
Finding a rare patch of mud is a luxury in this aridity.
The mud draws heat away from their massive internal core.
These slow-moving titans dictate the very shape of the scrubland environment. A symbiotic relationship offers cleaning for the tortoise and food for the finch.
In stillness, they appear as ancient volcanic boulders scattered across the landscape.
The coastal colonies settle into a collective lull as the afternoon approaches. Raising a foot helps regulate their temperature against the baking rock. Sleep unites the diverse inhabitants of this harsh, isolated world. Rapid throat fluttering dissipates heat efficiently without wasting precious water reserves.
Maintenance is crucial. Waterproof feathers are the difference between life and death.
As the afternoon cools, the sandy coves begin to stir once more. Fur seal pups demand attention, eager for the evening's nursing. Territorial disputes flare up quickly as energy levels return to the colony. Nearby, the colossal piles of marine iguanas finally begin to shift. The shifting light signals the approach of the late afternoon. Driven by hunger, some iguanas brave the freezing waters a second time.
A Galápagos martin seizes the insects disturbed by the marching herd.
The ocean is unforgiving, yet it provides the only abundant sustenance. Holding on against the ferocious tidal surges requires tremendous physical strength. With time running out, they must ascend before the cold paralyzes them. Land iguanas emerge from their shelters to resume their endless foraging. Every fallen blossom provides essential hydration in this rainless environment. The fading light triggers a brief window of heightened animal activity. A constant watch is kept as predators also begin to stir. The Galápagos hawk takes flight, seeking a late afternoon meal. Its incredible vision can spot the slightest movement in the brush.
The apex predator commands the sky above the unsuspecting coastal residents.
It claims the highest vantage point to survey its isolated kingdom. Armed with absolute precision, they rule this harsh, volcanic terrain. As the air cools, the giants seek shelter for the night. They pull their extremities inward to conserve warmth during the darkness. Their armored shells become a temporary sanctuary for smaller island inhabitants. The ancient reptiles blend seamlessly back into the volcanic landscape. Protected and still, they are practically invulnerable until the dawn returns.
The great ocean wanderers return as the daylight begins to fail.
Blue-footed boobies arrive from their offshore hunting grounds with full bellies.
The colony offers warmth and safety against the encroaching night.
Below them, the reptilian inhabitants prepare for their own nightly ritual. One by one, the avian hunters surrender to the darkness. Twilight transforms the barren landscape with muted, dusty hues. Galápagos sea lions huddle tightly to share their body heat. Pups receive their final, vital nourishment before the temperature plummets. Scavengers work tirelessly, completely ignoring the sleeping giants beside them. The coastal cleanup crew operates endlessly, driven by primal instinct. The last foragers return, their bodies completely drained of heat. Now, they face the most dangerous phase of their daily cycle. Without the sun to rewarm them, they must rely on each other. Every ounce of remaining energy is focused on reaching the collective. Exhaustion is a heavy burden, but the will to survive pushes them onward. From every crevice and tide pool, the marine iguanas gather. They stack themselves, reducing the surface area exposed to the chilling air. This incredible thermal regulation strategy ensures the survival of the entire colony. Above, the birds sleep individually. Below, the reptiles survive as one. Together, they trap the last residual warmth of the fading day. As dusk settles, the raw, prehistoric nature of the Galápagos is revealed.
Hundreds of bodies form a single, massive, heat-conserving organism.
Their heart rates drop incredibly low to survive the frigid night.
Even the smallest scavengers seek shelter as the darkness deepens.
Shared warmth is the ultimate key to evolution in isolation. The islands finally fall silent under the heavy, overcast dusk.
The reptiles become one with the volcanic earth that forged them.
They enter a state of deep torpor, waiting out the darkness.
Life here is an endless cycle of extreme endurance.
Every biological process slows to a crawl to preserve energy. As night finally embraces the archipelago, the harsh beauty remains. This is the true legacy of evolution in absolute isolation.
A testament to resilience, etched in scale and stone. Until the sun rises again, they endure as one. This is the Galápagos, a raw, unyielding genesis of life.